Can you guys hear me okay? Give me a number one in the chat. Hope you guys are doing good. Today, I wanted to talk about comebacks. How do you fight back? Where I'm really going with this, man, is I saw Kevin Lee is coming out of retirement, which is so crazy to me, a 31-year-old coming out of retirement, and I'm 50. I want to talk to you guys about, resilience, about coming back, all that kind of stuff. Appreciate all you guys. Give me a number one in the chat. Link's dad, during senior Rogelio. Thank you for the number one, sir. M Tibbets 83 gave me a number one. Pure Slight. Thank you, sir. I'll give you the shout out. You give me the number one. That's all I want, dude. Number one. We're working on that. What's up, Carter John? Happy to see you. So yeah, man. And of course, if you guys want to get in the chat, you just got to blow up the comments. Rashid June. That's a crazy name. Where are you from, brother? That's a cool name. Maybe it's common where you're at. I never heard of it before. But today, really, what I'm interested in, Muay Thai is, I spelled that right. I don't know what you're even saying, bro. So India, what's up, Rashid? Dude, we got people in India, we got people in England, we got people in the United States, all over. International show, Kyrgyzstan. Whoa. Where the hell is that? I never even heard of that. I'm assuming Eastern Europe. That is so cool. What's up, Akhmadazanov 11111? Happy to see you, man. We are worldwide. My number one city is Tehran. I don't know. It's so crazy. Official Rahul Fitness saying India. We got another India. Okay. Well, man, you guys are smarter than me because you guys understand English. That means you got at least more than one language. I get around with Espanol, but un poco. I'm not very good. Much respect to you guys. But, this show is really about the sport of business, and my perspective in particular coming from wrestling, MMA, that kind of thing, right? Pure Slide says, I meant what you think about Muay Thai. If I say Muay Thai is the catch as catch can of striking. I'm 100% behind Muay Thai. What wrestling is to grappling, Muay Thai is to striking. Primo, number one. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, I'm here to talk about grappling. I'm here to talk about MMA. I'm here to talk about business and where they all kind of intersect, right? So you got questions, you got comments, anything going on in the news or the world you want to talk about, I am down. This is a free speech zone. So be prepared, right? Anyway, I am interested in that intersection of winning in business and in combat sports, but sports in general. So today I wanted to talk again, this was really inspired by UFC alum Kevin Lee at 31 saying he's coming out of retirement. That is crazy, man. I wish I was 31. Well, not really. I'm happy where I'm at. But wow, 31. Rashid June. I'm also a wrestler, dude. That's so cool. I'm also a wrestler, brother. Great, man. Are you at an Akara somewhere, North or South India? Where are you at? So let's pivot. Okay, that was another thing Billy used to always tell me. Besides do it again was pivot, damn it, pivot, and tell everybody, man. Jake, get over here and show this guy how to pivot, man, like a million times. So Kevin Lee kind of shocked the world announcing that he was coming back out of retirement, right? But to me, it's not, this story isn't just about the Octagon. This is really a larger tale or lesson or teaching point about resilience, about strategy, about reinvention, about staying fresh. My kids, I think my kids like me. I love my kids. I have a good time with them. I was like, speaking of this, I'm like trying to figure out their new language, right? Remember when you were a kid and we had special in-group talk and whatnot? Pure Slight. I trained in MMA. I wrestled in high school and wanted some pointers. Yeah, dude, like good. Wrestling and Muay Thai. Dude, that's the number one combo right there, in my opinion. You want to win in MMA, you need to learn how to wrestle and you need to go learn how to get kick and how to kick. and elbow and punch in Muay Thai. That combo to me is the pinnacle. In fact, I'm right now in talks with some people trying to figure out how to integrate what we do with scientific wrestling with Muay Thai. It's the best combo, and a lot of our affiliates actually. In fact, what's up, Leona? Happy to see you. That's my daughter. What's up, Mr. Holmes? Buy sell Holmes. Haven't seen you in a minute, man. We got Salt Lake in the house. We got India. We got Kyrgyzstan. I'm messing that up. Sorry. Happy to see all you guys. But so Keith Lee, that's pro wrestling. Kevin Lee came out of retirement. And what are the lessons here? What are the lessons about resilience, about reinvention? So, yo, what's up? So what can we learn from that? And, I was talking about, now that my daughter's on, she's probably going to be mortified. I love her to death. I have a good time with them. But, in terms of reinvention, I'm 50 years old. I went out to lunch yesterday. It was great. Went to lunch with an old friend of mine. We were, this guy was the Minnesota State wrestling champ back in the day. He's my age. Minnesota State wrestling champ. Went to the same university as me, University of Colorado Boulder. We're both buffs. Both of us were in the same leadership scholar program that for me, I wouldn't have been able to go. It paid half my tuition. And we partied together. I hadn't seen this cat, Forrest, in 30 years, man. 30 years. It was so great to hang out with him. And we were talking. He's like, dude, you look exactly the same. That's crazy. I'm like, not exactly the same. Some things have changed. But anyway, you've got to reinvent yourself. Like I was talking with my kids this morning, and they're always dropping these new terms that, the kids are into or whatever. And so I'm like, okay, tell me all these words so I understand what they are. Do you guys hear these words like mog or riz or skibbity? Do I have a demographic young enough to know these terms? If I call you Ohio, do you know what that means? I mean, my kids are young. That's a great thing about having kids too. They're all like my best friends. I get to hang out, play with them, tease them. We push back and forth, make each other better, all that kind of stuff. But, this reinvention and this willingness to constantly learn and unlearn and relearn over and over and over again, if you stop that, you're going to die. This is where people get fat. This is where people start getting lazy. Let's see. I got a bunch of comments I got to get on here. See, Rashid June, my dream is to come to U.S. Could you help me fulfill my dream? I mean, I'll help you, dude. DM me or whatever. You're going to have to save some money, bro. I don't know what that looks like, but I can tell you that's the first step before you do anything. You're going to have to figure out some money. But I could make you some contacts over here. Depends where you want to go. Dante Khalifa, what's up, brother? Regionals next weekend. What do you recommend in terms of practice structure going into what could potentially be the last matches for my wrestlers? So, what I would do is, first and foremost, I would dude, this is next weekend. So if you're not prepared now, you're not going to get a ton of stuff into their minds because it's repetition. It's like over and over and over and over. However, there are a couple things I would focus on. I would make sure that these guys are getting plenty of sleep. I mean, just basic lifestyle issues. Make sure they're getting sleep. Make sure they're getting proper nutrition, proper hydration. I would probably be working them through drills and scenario drilling. Like, where are they? You need to do a diagnostic. So have everybody wrestle and make a note of where people are having problems, and then have them work out of those problems, and then close with having them lean on their strengths. Like, once they've figured out what the problem is, now rematch, go as hard as you can into your strengths, having now solved the problem of your weakness. I don't know if that makes sense. You only got a week. That's not a lot of time. But okay, so, both business and combat sports and fitness, you got to figure out how to make a comeback, right? Like, what is that phrase? I think I just posted a meme on my personal Instagram. I think I did it on the Scientific Wrestling one too, where Rocky says, it's not about how hard you hit, but how well you could take a hit and keep moving forward. You know what I'm talking about? That that quote. I think that you have to really understand this idea of resilience. I had a great compliment from a fellow business coach. He's like, dude, if anybody that I know embodies the term grit, or he said something like that. I'll share the link if you guys care to go watch the interview. We had a great time. He said, anybody, grit is really what embodies you, like the term that describes you to him. And I think it's really important, man. It's that persistence. It's that persistence. You want to be the first one there, but you also want to be the last one. Because sometimes it's not about who's first. Sometimes it's about who's left on the podium. What does that take? How do you solve that problem? Does that make any sense? Make sure I'm not missing any comments. Sorry, these scrolls. Dante Khalifa says, it all makes sense, man. Thank you for the knowledge, 100%. Thanks, dude. I hope it helps. That's what I'm here for. It's free advice, so you get what you pay for. But, I do think that you want to really start, like, this is why we have a season, a practice, a wrestling season, so you can get up to speed. And I'm a huge fan of managing and coaching towards people's strengths. The Rajdeep Majumdar, namaste from India. Dude, we're playing big in India, man. This must be the time to hit India. So listen, man, one of the things Billy always said is pivot, damn it. What is a pivot? What is a pivot? Any of you guys in wrestling, do you guys know what I mean when I say pivot? Does that make sense to you? Hit me with a number 1 in the chat if you understand. And if you really understand, throw out what you think pivot means. Nobody? Nobody is following this. A pivot is a point in which you turn. You change direction. Okay, got a number 1 from Rajdeep Majumdar. What's up? Thanks, dude. The pivot is when so for example, if I'm going to do like a Greco throw, like I'm going to do like a mare, or I'm going to do an arm spin, or I have to pivot. It's like the reverse of an about face for those of you in the military. Rajdeep says, turn body and change weight. Okay, dude, great. Turn body. Yes. So how do I pivot? In wrestling, I put my foot down that's going to bear the weight, turn it towards the direction I want to turn in, weight onto that foot, lift the back foot and back step, and now I've done a 180. This allows me, so I could do a knee tap takedown, I could do arm spin, whatever, right? I could do an arm throw, drop seyanagi, whatever you judo people call it, because I turned my direction. Well, this happens in business every day. So, for example, I was on a coaching client with him this morning, 7 a.m. Do you guys even understand, man? Like, you have to set yourself up for success. Okay? You have to set a routine. My friend, new friend, Ricky Lundell, has this phrase, 1% better. And I love that. Because you want intensity, but you don't want intensity until it comes time to perform. In practice, you want consistency first. Then bring the intensity, but you need consistency first. A habit. You need to show up every day. And you need to be willing to do those things that nobody else is willing to do. Excuse me. So this morning, for example, perfect example of a success routine and pivoting, okay? I'm up at 7 o'clock this morning on a call already with a client. This is the gentleman. He's an older gentleman. He's like 65. He's trying to pivot. He's trying to change his life. Right now, he's 65 and working 8-10-hour days. He's tired of that. He doesn't want to do that anymore. So we're trying to figure out, how can we get you into a situation where you're cash flowing? That's one pivot. Here's another one. He wants to go help ex-cons change their life. Pivot. So they could be somebody that could be trusted in the community despite a mistake they may have had, the redemption. Well, we learned that he was going to go approach private prisons to go help them. But he learned that Biden, by executive order, had stopped funding for private prisons. So maybe private prisons aren't the best people to find. So he had to pivot and figure out, okay, how am I going to go and continue on this mission? Despite the fact that perhaps private prisons won't be there to help me fund this. So that could be a pivot as well. That's a turn in direction, a shift in body weight, to quote my friend in India. Does that make sense? So you have to, as Carl Gotch would say, adapt and improvise. What's up, Mr. Holmes? Yes, adapt. That's it. 100%. Adaptation, improvisation, take action. This is the other thing, man. A lot of you people, in fact, what I've noticed is the smarter my clients, and by smarter with air quotes, what I mean are the people with big degrees. I'm an attorney, I'm a doctor, I'm a blah, blah, blah. That's great. Okay. Because that's challenging. That's a hard thing to accomplish. It takes a lot of grit, a lot of perception or persistence. Sorry. But the thing that happens sometimes with these people is they've routinized this learning thing, and they're really good at passing tests and learning, integrating knowledge, but they're bad at taking action. Does that make sense? Rajdeep says, very well said. Thank you, sir. Yo guys, yo buddies says, I have some doubt regarding wrestling. May I ask you? Yeah, go ahead. Dude, you just asked a question. Let's go. So we need to be able to adapt and improvise, right? And this is akin to even having to change the fight plan, your game plan, in the middle of a match because you're like, holy crap, dude, the guy just broke his hand. What do we do now? Because that right is what we had practiced and he messed it up, or he got poked in the eye, right? Like this kid complaining about freaking Justin Gaethje. It's like, how do you adapt? Yeah, okay, that's a great excuse. But the legends adapt. I can, for example, a very good friend of mine, a guy that I look up to, a guy that I respect, a guy that has leaned on me, that I've been there for, Josh Barnett. Brilliant dude. That fight with Arlovsky jammed a thumb in his eye. How did Josh adapt? Did he cry? Did he go to the press conference? No, he beat the shit. He was like, all right, now it's on, and beat him up like that. Changed the game plan, adapted, adapt and improvise. Fair? All right, yo guys, yo buddy says, as a girl, should I enroll myself in wrestling? Yeah, you should. Question answered, go. Make sure you find a good team, a reputable team, but yes, if it's a great deal, go. Don't even think about it. Wrestling is the greatest single form of personal development in the history of humankind. I was lucky to have it as a peewee kid, a little tiny kid. Taught me so much very early in my life. They got me through cancer, gangrene poisoning as a child, like honestly, and then got me through the rest of my adult life. I started wrestling, got back into that grit, that grind. Dude, I went from an English degree to a math degree in finance inside of 3 or 4 years. That's grind, bro. I was not a mathematician. I was never, like, I was okay, but it wasn't like my thing. I wasn't like awesome at it. I had to grind. And I was working at the same time. It was a grad degree, right? Let's see here. Praveen, what's up? Hello. I view every post. Love. I will be a champion one day. Okay. You said it. Now do it, bro. Yo guys, yo buddies. Have you fought women in your wrestling career? Why would I fight women, dude? No. I've coached women, really good athletes. I was blessed to have a really, really good athlete named Havoc. She was great. Havoc Rogers, dude, champion. She's like a gymnast, American, what was that show? American Ninja Warrior. And we coached her, roller derby champion, like all these, football player, fantastic athlete, high level athlete. And wrestler? No, it just makes no sense. What's up, Gabriel? What's up, RTGT? Happy to see you guys. Yo guys, yo buddies, like an intergender wrestling match. Yeah, no, dude. I mean, maybe if it was like pro wrestling, like Andy Kaufman. Yeah, I love Andy Kaufman. I think that's hilarious. But no, I'm not into that. I'm possible. We had a whole discussion about this, about trans athletes, that I believe they should be given the respect of having their own separate league. Let's create a third thing if that's necessary. But okay, anyway, I'm gonna go on for that because I've answered your questions. Yeah, so here's the thing, man. You've got to be able to adapt. You've got to be able to improvise. You've got to have grit and determination when things don't go the way. You don't throw your hands up and take your toys away, right? Praveen, sir, you from ? Will you please tell me about your lifestyle? I live in Denver, Mile High City. I'm 50 years old. I got 3 kids. I got 3 businesses. I push myself very, very hard. I set very high goals and expectations. I fail constantly, but because I fail constantly, I win every once in a while, and these wins can be huge. I started wrestling when I was in 1977. I think I was 4 years old, 4 or 5. Went into like typical karate, then got it back into judo and grappling and wrestling again. And here I am. I got a lot of injuries. Almost died a couple times. I mean, I don't know what you need. But to the point, you've got to be resilient. It's not how hard you can hit. It's how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. Here I am, keeping moving forward. Fair? So the thing you have to do is just trace. I'm thinking about going to Northern Colorado for wrestling. Dude, I know that they got Andrew Alvarez is a champ up there, dude. National champion, NCAA national champion. That's a good, there's studs up there. And you're close to Nebraska, which is a great wrestling state. So you're in the region. If you're going to come to Colorado, it's probably the best place, unless you're going to Colorado Springs to the Olympic Training Center. But yeah, if you're going to college, man, great. Do it. That's an interesting school, by the way. I just learned that who's Aquaman? Jason Momoa. He went to UNC. Absolutely fascinating. I didn't know. So yeah, let's see here. Jackson Wrestling 09. Hey man, I was just wondering how you felt. What was the best way to get ready for your matches? Like, the biggest problem that I see is people get in their heads. So you need to just figure out how to keep calm. And now, until you get enough experience when you just feel calm and confident. Make sense? So you've just got to figure out how to meditate, how to put your mind on something else, how to bring yourself to a chill state. That's, other than that, that's immediate, right before a match. How do you get yourself ready? Other than that, show up to practice every time. Do extra work. That, not only is it going to get you the conditioning, not only is it going to get you the practice, the repetition you need to execute unconsciously, like fast thinking, fast twitch reactions, but it's also going to give you the respect you need with yourself. If you know that you never, ever let up, like Dan Gable level intensity, you'll have no doubts. You might get beat, but you'll never drop your confidence because you'll know you did everything. So, to me, preparation, I don't like this short-term idea. I think preparation, a lot of times takes a minute. And that goes to this next point about training that I'm making. And this is in business as well as it is in sports. And it's, obviously I use a lot of grappling and MMA and wrestling metaphors, but, you've got to really take your training serious. So I'll use something outside of sports. We all know this. Like Steph Curry, greatest three-pointer ever, right? Isn't that what his deal is? I don't follow basketball. Do you know how many times this guy's freaking shot? Thousands of times. I saw some video where they did the calculation, the number of times he's actually done practice shots. The number of practice shots to the number of shots he's actually made to get him the record in a game is like 1% of 1%. The number of shots he's actually made in the game, which was what has made him like a world record holder or whatever, the best ever, is 1% of 1% of the number of times he's actually done it in practice. Preparation, dude, training. And this goes for business too. So I do, because I'm like a growth guy for business. I came in kind of backwards. I came in as an analyst. I came in as a quant, as a mathematician, and looking at systems and whatnot. But as I started running my own businesses, started doing coaching with other people, I realized that's the last thing that needs work. The first thing that needs work in a business, for example, is to bring in revenue. It's like put points on the board. You don't have points, you ain't going to win. You need more points than the other guy. Simple. What do you need to do to get those points? Well, those points in business are money. And how do you get money? Sales and marketing. After you got a product, after you got a deliverable, after you have a great service, great. If nobody knows about it, you got no points on the board. So Steph Curry could be the best basketball player in the world, a free throw guy, or 3-pointer, whatever. I don't know what his record's at. But the fact is that if he wasn't on TV and nobody knew about it, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't go into the record books, right? So marketing and sales is what's going to get you that. So like, for example, in my business clients, I'm like, dude, you need to be training. We have a platform for us, because I'm a 10X business coach with Grant, very blessed to have the opportunity with him giving me his clients, which is mind blowing to me. It's such an honor to serve. But dude, if I'm going to coach you, man, you've got to train. We've got to get you on the platform. You got to be on Cardone University studying 20 minutes minimum a day, practicing, learning, improving your craft. Then you got to get on the phone. You got to start like role playing, that's like drilling and wrestling. And then you got to get on the phones and actually start talking to clients and overcoming objections and things of that. Does this make sense? These principles apply across all domains. This is why I call, business sport. Wrote the book Sportify to make that point. So the other part of this is you're not going to be able to do any of this. You're not going to have that consistency. You're not going to grind if you don't have mental toughness. And, mental toughness is inoculation to stress. You've just got to push yourself. You got to put yourself in uncomfortable. You got to get comfortable with discomfort, period. That's it. If I were to put it succinctly, you've got to have mental toughness. And the way you get mental toughness is by getting inoculated to stress, by becoming comfortable with true discomfort, always putting yourself into bad situations. I'm always learning. So I'm bugging my kids and they're laughing at me because I'm a dork trying to figure out what Riz means. And if I say you're from Ohio, like all these weird things, I'm like, what does that mean? Does that make sense? All right. One of the things that I think entrepreneurs really could teach, get taught from athletes like Kevin Lee, is this idea of just reinventing yourself, brushing yourself off and get back into it, right? Because a legacy, whether that's in the cage, it's in the ring, or it's in business, is really about this evolution and this persistence and reinventing yourself so you stay relevant, so you stay impactful. Do you know what my mission is? What my mission in wrestling is? It's a crazy one. Nobody else, well, everybody now, because I've around for 20 years, may have fought, grinded, sold, pushed, worked with high-level guys, convinced them of my argument. My mission is to bring back competitive professional wrestling, period. That is the mission for scientific wrestling. Okay? I have a couple missions. That business, boom. Bring back a professional wrestling that's competitive. And what I mean there is really a professional catch-as-catch-can, meaning pin and submission. I think that it's the most relevant style right now. I can prove it by 3 initials, TKO, WWE, UFC merger. Pro wrestling, competitive combat sports, I'm the Reese's peanut butter cup. Right now, they're just peanut butter and chocolate, which is fine. But would you rather eat just peanut butter? Maybe chocolate. Chocolate by itself is pretty good. But you put them together, that's delicious, man. That's what I'm selling. That's that mission with that company. What am I doing with number one? Number one, I'm trying to take the lessons I've learned from greats, the number one in the world, guys like, Wade Chalice or now Pat Miletich or Billy Robinson, Carl Gotch, these legends, right? These just geniuses. And those are the guys that I knew personally. I'm studying people I never met before. Or Grant Cardone, another guy that's a personal mentor. And other guys, Warren Buffett, all these geniuses. What am I doing? I'm trying to take that ability to win and help people improve their lives financially as well. I know I'm missing some here. Rajdeep Majumdar says, if you can go back in time when you're in your 20s, give advice to your younger self, what would it be? Well, it's hard, right? Because for me, MMA has been the driver of all of this for what I'm doing. And MMA, I was in my 20s. I was at the second UFC in 1994. I was literally 20. So I was doing the right thing, but the market wasn't mature for me to be able to capitalize. So maybe what I would have done is I would have taken the knowledge I have now of the importance of networking. Because again, like I said, you could be the best guy. You could be Steph Curry in basketball and be the best guy ever at three-pointers. But if you're not in the big game, nobody's ever going to know. And that was where I wasn't connected. I didn't know anybody. I probably would have been better at meeting the right people. I know that might be crazy to you, Rajdeep, but you got to get with the right people. Okay. Praveen says, follow me back, please. I mean, dude, I follow back very few people on my Instagram for Scientific Wrestling. I have like 144,000 followers. I think I follow less than 100 people. I use social media as a producer, not as a consumer. So I don't really follow people, honestly. Let's see. Yo guys, yo buddies, can I learn wrestling at home? Yes is the answer. With another partner. You can't wrestle by yourself, right? And yo guys, yo buddies, I've read all your comments. I'm about to block you, not for any other reason that I've answered them, and I want to help other people, right? So I can appreciate your persistence. It's great. But, maybe take it to DMs or something because you're like the kid in the class that's always asking questions and nobody else can get in. And I'm not sure if you're aware what that's like, but it's not good for the other people. But I am happy to answer your questions and comments. I appreciate you tuning in. All right, guys, I do have a client call. I got to get on here shortly. If you have anything specific, man, the thing that I want to talk about today was really about this idea of reinventing yourself, about remaining relevant and doing so through persistence, mental toughness, grit, those kind of things. Elijah Bates, why am I better at practice than in matches? Probably mindset, probably mental, right? It's probably mental. Yo guys, yo buddy says, sorry, sir. No problem. I'm just, I'm being direct. There's no emotion. You're not in trouble. None of that. I'm just trying to communicate with you so you're aware, right? You're probably having a disconnect. I was the same way. I never really overcame it in time. But I've been able to see what happens. And what happened for me is that what I would go back to change and what I do to help people get over it is you have to practice the way you're going to perform. So one of the things that I do is so it's one thing to practice in a wrestle room and you're doing good and all this kind of stuff, but you have to understand sometimes the guy you're wrestling with in the wrestling room is not going full bore, life or death, money on the line level. That's the first thing you need to understand. So you need to go, if you're in that wrestling room, go find those guys that are going to push you way beyond your comfort zone, like get beat up for a long time. Okay, don't get injured, but like put yourself in bad situations and keep showing up and learn. Pay attention. Try not to make the same mistake twice. Get in there. Take advantage of that. Second thing, you need to probably start practicing with a lot of people watching, with that pressure, with the anxiety, with the nerves, with having cut weight. All the things that are going to happen the day you actually got to perform. Is that fair? Okay, so let's see here. We've got Yo Guys, Yo Buddy says, to be a wrestler, should I go to the gym regularly? How much time do you spend in the gym, sir? To me, well, so it depends on what you're doing. At your age, if you're trying to compete with other people, you need to probably be in the gym as much, if not more, than they are. Okay? That's just the reality. Myself, at 51 years of age, I am in the gym 4 days a week. I do typically an hour at 130 degrees in a hot infrared sauna on a row machine, an elliptical bike, and a normal cycling bike. I do 45 minutes there, and then I spend the rest of the time doing calisthenics, Hindu squats. I'll do a bunch of push-ups. I'll do that. That's 4 days a week. Every other day, minimum, every day. When I wake up, I put on my weighted, they have these head weights you can use to exercise your neck, because I've got a bad neck, carotid section, broken neck. It's just jacked. That's why it's all atrophied. But I don't give a shit. I'm not vain. So I keep working. I push hard, put myself in discomfort. I put I think it's a 15-pound weight on my head, and I do 50 push-ups every day. Every day. My poor wife got to hear me, my elbows creaking and popping at 6 a.m. or whatever like that. Today it was 6 a.m. because I had 7 a.m. client. So I don't know if that answered your question. Every day. And Yo Guys, Yo Buddies. I just told you, stop asking so many questions. It's okay. It's all right. Thank you, sir, for replying my questions. How do you get motivation in the gym? Forget motivation, get discipline. That's it. You have to, motivation is honestly, that's how losers operate. You've got to do it when you're not motivated. That's a better question. How do you do it when you're not motivated? How do you do anything when you're not motivated? You do it anyway. We could come up with all these hacks and tricks and NLP and blah, blah, blah. It's stupid. Just fucking do it. Pardon my language. Just shut up. Stop fucking talking and do. Just get at it. When my alarm goes off in the morning, I'm like, okay, I'm awake. I throw off the curtain, off the sheet, go to the bathroom, and before I come back, on the way back from the bathroom, I stretch, do a deep knee bend, get into a push-up, put my headpiece on, and I bang out my 50 push-ups. Boom. I don't even think about it. That's discipline. That's consistency. That's doing it every single day. And, okay. Yo Guys, Yo Buddies. Karate Moose says bye. Okay, bye. I didn't even know you're here, but thank you for saying bye. Yo Guys, Yo Buddies says, you're awesome. May God bless you, sir. How much sleep do I need? You need a lot of sleep. So if you people that are trying to get control of your life, this is the first thing when I'm coaching people in business or in athletics. If you're trying to do something big, you're not doing these little weenie things. If you're doing weenie shit, go for it. More power to you. I'm not interested. I want people that are trying to do big things. Big things. That's who I associate with, period. Because I'm trying to do big things. I go try to find people trying to do bigger things to oh my God, I'm thinking too small. Okay? So if you're trying to do big things, man, you got to go to bed. That's where it starts. So if I want to succeed today, it starts last night at bedtime. You need to set an alarm at 10, this is what I do. I have an alarm that goes off every night. Hey, go to bed so you can wake up tomorrow and attack the day. Oh, shit. Yeah, I forgot. I was scrolling. I'm watching Netflix. Something stupid. I got to go to bed. Boop. Off. Night. And then I'm up at 6 a.m. Push-ups. The things that have to happen. You guys got to stop looking for the weenie, easy shit. This is the problem with our current world. And the thing is you could just stop doing it. Okay, so yo guys, yo buddies, you are highly motivated. No, I'm highly disciplined. Nice to talk to you. Nice to talk to you. Pardon me for my stubborn behavior. I like stubborn behavior. In fact, you probably make a good salesperson. Just to let you know, that's not a bad thing. Karate Muse, I am going on a bulk season. Okay, so you're fat, or are you actually going to go work? And what's the point of bulking? I mean, I don't know. You're a karate guy. You have a whole different thing. I don't know anything about you. You just said bye, and now you're coming back telling me about bulking. I don't. It's random. All right, guys. Any other questions before we go? Today was really about this idea of what it takes, and we covered a lot of ground. We covered a lot of ground. Everything from bedtimes to mental toughness, all of it, right? So let's just remember that the world of combat sports, of grappling, of wrestling, of MMA, of Muay Thai, and business, those worlds are actually, there's a lot more parallels than what is at first appearance. And the lessons in both apply. K Glass, best advice for my 7-year-old, does very well, wins about 90% of his tourneys. Keep drilling basics or go more into complicated moves. Okay, best advice for your 7-year-old, keep it fun. I don't know your situation, making assumptions, but whatever you do, if you don't make it fun and you put pressure on this kid, it's your fault if he fails. You need to stop worrying about 90% wins, in my opinion. I'm just speaking real to you, man. If you want this kid to really go and do this for a long time, it has to be fun. Winning is important, but not at this age. Keep him in the sport. Just let him learn the lessons. There are incentives already for winning, like standing on the podium, like you could buy him an ice cream. Oh, that is great. But if you put pressure on him, he's going to resent it, and he's not. I'm just telling you, at 7 years old, the important thing is to make it fun and relevant. After you're done at that, go turn on WWE. Yeah, it's not real, but he's 7. Have him see the rock star treatment these people get, whether they win or lose. And then it has to do with toughness and getting in there and have fun with that, being comfortable with discomfort. Beat down Jim. Stop looking for the cheat code. Put in the work. Good to see you, sir. Dude, love it. Yep, 100% agreement, brother. YouTube, or yo guys, yo buddies, man. Sir, could you please provide us some tutorial videos on YouTube? I think it would be helpful for us. So right now, my tutorial on takedowns is the deal of the day at Wrestling Fanatics, or Fanatic Wrestling, or BJJ Fanatics. They got so many names. Great company, biggest company in the space. I'm a bestseller over there. Catch wrestling takedowns. Foreign Ryan, self-discipline is key for success. As coaches, we need our wrestlers to reach new levels. How do we express the importance and impact of self-discipline? I think, the easiest way to do that is to show how the legends, the winners, became legends and winners. Okay? So, what did Wade Chalice do? What did Gene Mills do? What did all these different people? And it was discipline. They showed up. And they showed up because as hard as it was, they had a right attitude about it. Another thing I was telling my client, anxiety is just excitement with a bad attitude. Hear me out. Anxiety is just excitement, but with a bad attitude. I was telling you, I run a couple companies. One of the companies I run with my wife is in the amusement park business. What the hell is a roller coaster? It's scary, or those things that make you drop and your guts feel like you're going to puke. They've turned anxiety into excitement to such an extent that you're paying for it. This is how horror films make money. You got to just change your attitude. K Glass loves it. All about the fun. Just threw that out so the answer factored in. He's not like really a novice is all. Yeah, okay. So if it's fun, no pressure, Set them a challenge. Hey, whatever your kid's name is, Johnny, Sally, dude, that was awesome. You're killing everybody. But let's start doing some tricks, right? Let's make a highlight reel. You think you could do a fireman's? That's a cool money. That gets a pop. Everybody freaks out when that happens. Can you do a spladle? Like how BMX guys, they do these things and they jump and they spin their wheels, or they do a kickflip on a skateboard. Maybe you could start getting them to do tricks, right? Okay, Glass. No pressure. We play music and do fun, all about the effort. Yeah. So if you could make a game of it and you could keep it cool and you could challenge him to do tricks and to create a highlight reel, now you're going to move him into a zone, and that's good, because if he's already 90% winning, he ain't growing anymore. You need to set a higher target. Maybe you need to be taking him to tougher matches. You need to travel. I mean, I don't know. I don't know your situation. Yo, guys, yo, buddies. Honestly, I want to be a wrestler, but I'm scared of wrestling. Okay, do it anyway. Merkolikov 3. Hi, man. You are just cool. Thanks, dude. That's nice. I appreciate the compliment. It's nice to hear that. All right, guys. I literally have to jump. I've got another business client in 15 minutes. Got to help her. She's in Australia, so I'm going to jump on, but she's going to be getting up again. I think it's like 5:30 for her, 6 a.m. or something. So I think it's 5:30 or 6:30. I don't know the time zone in Australia, but grind. Show up. This is a woman who does powerlifting as well and is strong as hell. Sir, as a teenager, how much time should I spend in the gym according to you? You're young. You can really push your body pretty hard. I don't know you personally. I don't know where you're at. I think you need to just start. Like, you're asking me all these questions because you're trying to accumulate knowledge, thinking that's going to make you feel confident. What's going to make you feel confident is jumping off the high dive, getting into practice and getting beat up. That's what's going to do it. You need to stop worrying so much. Get out of your head and do it. You're thinking too much. You're not taking action. That's really the bottom line. Okay. And I'm saying that out of love. Like, that's what it's going to take. Okay. Shut up. You talk too much. And I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm saying you're stopping yourself with all this blabber. Just go. You get all this time you've been asking me all these questions. Great. It's cool. But you tell me how you're so scared. I'm telling you right now, spend all that time, go find a club, join it, and show up every day. Discipline, not motivation. All right, guys, I'm truly out of here. Appreciate you. Almost an hour talk. You guys really kept me on today. What's up, Alpha Russ? What's up, Coyote Strong? Happy to see you guys joining the conversation. Ronaldo Escobar, Kama Style. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody showing up from Kyrgyzstan, India, Salt Lake City. So cool, man. What's up, Marty Jones? I'm just wrapping up, buddy. Oh, man. You came in as I'm just leaving. Beat Down Jim says, good advice, coach. Have a great day. Guys, if you care, I don't do the replays on Instagram. But if you go over to YouTube, I have the whole library of every talk that I do is just recorded there. It's a lot. I don't know, man. It is what it is. If you want to get back on there, you want to see some of the things I talked about today, hopefully they're helpful. I don't know. Appreciate you guys. We'll try to catch up tomorrow. Yo, guys, yo, buddies says, thank you, sir. You are so humble and gracious. I mean, I was kind of hard on you today, but I appreciate you got a great attitude. You need to just go. You need to just go and go practice and put yourself in bad situations. Not bad, like dangerous. I mean, like really challenging. Marty Jones, number one. Love you, Marty Jones. Listen to it all. The best. Dude, I miss you, brother. I'm trying to figure it out, man. This economy's got me really, you talk about challenges. We used to go to England every year for 10 years. Marty Jones toured with me for 2 of those years. I mean, these politicians make it hard. I'm trying to figure it out, trying to get back over there. I'm thinking we can get at least into Italy. If I can get into Italy, I can jump back maybe through the UK, and then we can figure something out. I'd love to talk to you about it. If you got gyms, I know you hooked me up with that one dude up north. Where was that? It was like Newcastle or something. But anyway, yeah, I'd love to get back on it. If you know people, young people that can help me and you make this happen, Marty, I would love to see you. And I'm working on trying to get you over here too. Working. If I can get you over here, I would get you over to Florida. So I'll probably bring you into Orlando, which would be fantastic. We'd have a great time. Yo, guys, yo, buddies. Really, I get lots of knowledge and motivation from you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, sure. Bye. Well, then let's go. Marty Jones says, I'll come to the USA. Guys, I'm probably going to have to educate you all on Marty Jones because I had to educate everybody on Billy Robinson. Marty was in Billy's first class of wrestlers, and I was the last class. And, we both became good friends, lots of mutual respect. I mean, I freaking love the guy. So cool. And really a legend. Like, obviously did a lot with pro wrestling. There was no MMA. I'm sure Marty Jones would have crushed it. He was an amateur wrestling champion. I mean, I look at these people right now out there teaching, catch can or whatever. And, everybody's missing the boat on Marty Jones, in my opinion. And I've been trying to educate people about it. So I really got to jump. I got to get ready for this call. Appreciate you guys. I will catch you soon. Hit me in the DMs. I'm telling you a lot of this stuff, and I provide a lot of opportunities for you guys too. coachingcatch.com. Get to our accelerator camps, dude. I can't remember how many. We got 12 or 10 lined up starting March 1st and through the summer from different countries. Canada, we're getting Italy set up. United States, I've got Hawaii, I've got Florida, I've got Arizona, I've got Virginia. There's so many. Show up. coachingcatch.com. I'm Adam. Pat Miletich is going to be Adam. Big 12 champion King Mo Law, MMA champion, is going to be Adam. All our scientific wrestling elite coaches like Jesse Merez, Luis Ojeda, Sam Crescent. Dude, get in the room. Or, better yet, get on our mission. Become an affiliate like all of us. Affiliate. Best team on the planet. I'm trying to do big things. If you're trying to do big things, you want to do big things with us, we got big people on board. Get affiliated. Scientificwrestler.com. I'm actively recruiting people that want to invest in this mission and get big and bring back competitive, professional wrestling, submission, pins. That's it. Big, global, bigger than WWE, bigger than UFC, bigger than TKO. That's how big I am dreaming. But it's not just a dream. It's a mission that I'm on. And I'm either going to do it or I'm going to die first, period. And if I die, it still needs to go. And I need you guys on board. coachingcatch.com. That's get your toes. Or you go over to get my instructionals. But just spend like $100. What is it? It's on special today. It's like half price, like $50. Get more takedowns than you ever knew what to do with. It's a bestseller. It's tons and tons of pages of testimonials on how good it is. It's not even hard. Get on a plane. Get in your car. Do a road trip with your buddies. Come to camp, to an accelerator camp. You got a gym or you want to start a gym. You want to start a business doing this like I do. Become a scientific wrestler. Scientificwrestler.com. Become an affiliate. All right, that's it. I keep promising I got to jump. See you guys.